Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships, free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dirty Little Secrets Club. I'm Dayna Pereira.
And this is Brim.
Brim, taking a sip there. I caught you right when you were about to swallow. Whoop, that wasn't good. It is the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
You can do the job. You might as well finish, right? You're going to start, you're going to finish. Finish it. Swallow, damn it. Swallow. Anyway, go ahead.
Somebody has a birthday.
Yes. I'm older.
Hey, you're lucky to be another year older. We're lucky to have you for another year.
Well, you're a sweetheart for that, and I appreciate it. I'm yeah. Monday, which was yesterday as per this airing. And so I'm 48 now. I am an old fucker.
And lucky to be so. Do you have any plans? Anything fun planned?
I have no idea. Listen, you know what it is? Every single year, I tell Danielle, she comes to me, so what do you want to do for your birthday? Don't ask me. Just set it up.
Yeah.
You know what I like. Set something up, make it fun. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh, but it's so hard because then you're not happy with what I do. Well, don't pick something that you want to do. Pick something that I would want to do. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Get in the head of Brimstone. That's
what I'm saying. Do something that I would want to do. She goes, what do you want to do? I said, you.
Yeah.
And she looks at me with the eyes like, what? I'm like, well, you asked, so I'm giving you the response you asked. Like if you don't want to know the answer, don't ask me. Jesus Christ.
That would be my husband's pick as well. He would want to, because what we used to do back before we had children, it would be like, we would wake up, we would have sex, we would eat breakfast, we would have sex, we would lay on the couch and watch a movie, and then we would have sex, and we would go get lunch, and then we would have sex.
Did we just become best friends? Yeah. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about.
That would be his birthday wish.
That's my birthday wish. All the sex, all the good stuff. All that, not the the lazy stuff, the good stuff. You know what I mean? The stuff that makes my eyes cross. That's the kind of stuff I want for my birthday. I'm hopefully going to have another 50 of them. You know what I mean? At least.
Yeah.
So, but I look forward to things on my birthday. What can I say? But, I don't know. So I said, whatever. I don't care. I'm happy to be alive and happy to be doing things and, and be able to enjoy, stuff that I get to enjoy. You know what I mean? So
do one of those things where you like hover by her phone, how your phone like pops up ads because it's listening to you. You could just be like, good food, good sex.
It's funny too, because what do you call it? The food thing. I mean, and that's so. Well, where do you want to go? All the people that I know, because they know you're my wife. You want call them. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I wanted to bring my husband in. So. I don't know, or just figure out something else. I don't care. I don't care if we just drive out to the Hamptons and sit around and just enjoy being. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy. Just give me my family and I'm good. You know what I mean?
Damn, you just got bougie on me. How far away is the Hamptons from you?
Depends. Montauk is about 2 hours. Hampton's is about an hour. And the only reason why it's that long, by the way, is because there's only one way in, one way out. So it's like it's not that it's far. It is just the way the roads go in are very few and far between. So you have to take like the one road that everybody else takes to get anywhere else in the Hamptons. So especially this time of year, it's very, very difficult to get in there, you know what I mean, in any kind of decent amount of time. But it is what it is. I'm happy to go out to like Sag Harbor and kind of walk around the streets. I like window shopping. I like shopping. You know what I mean? I'm a different kind of guy. You know what I mean? I like that stuff.
I like that stuff too. I remember going to New York City one year in the summer. It might have been 4th of July weekend, but I could be making that up. Nobody was in New York City. And like every bar that we went to, every place that we went to, they were like, oh no, people go to the fucking Hamptons during this time. So nobody was in the city. It was dead in the city. I was shocked.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, all the bougie people go all the way out to the Hamptons, and then you got a whole bunch of bougie people out there, and they're the bougie people that get upset because I'm a celebrity and get more attention than they do, even though they got lots of money.
Yeah.
Hey, like, who's this scrungy looking guy walking up and getting right in? Well, do you know who he is? What do you mean? Do I know who he is? He's a scrungy looking guy. Well, that's Brimstone, man. Maybe do some Google search or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Could you imagine if they
screw
had
you,
that?
bougie sons of bitches? No.
Yeah. Could you imagine if they had that on your phone that you just like scanned somebody's face and then it told you who they were?
They actually do have that.
They do?
You know that? Yeah.
No.
So if you take a picture of yourself, or if you take a picture and then you put it up into Google, it'll tell you who that person is, as long as as long as it's online and it matches up with stuff. Yep.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, look at that shit that Dayna doesn't know. Yes. Add it to the list.
Like if you're looking for an item, say you see a really cute shirt that you really loved and you took a picture of it and you took it and you put it up in Google and images and so forth, it will actually do a search on that image and it will tell you where it is online and you'll be able to find where they sell it. Yeah.
Holy
sometimes
shit.
It doesn't work, but a lot of times it does. By the way, I'm drinking a delicious Japanese soda right now. It actually tastes like a chocolate chocolate vanilla ice cream cone.
Interesting.
My friends at Japan Crate, they never they send me stuff all the time, man. And I didn't expect it to be this good, but I tasted like I gotta tell Dayna.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really good. Like, it's got a little ice cream on it.
I'm drinking a delicious water.
Me too. I got that in my other hand. I'm double fisting it because I'm so big. You see the double conundrum there? I'm so big, I got a double fist and get the juice from each side. Anyway. Yeah, so in terms of doing something, I'm up for anything. And since it's birthday weekend, it's like, all right, take me out, let's do things, let's go places. And then they bitch and moan that there's, what do you call it? Oh, it's so hard to get you anything because anything you want, you already have. And if you don't have it, somebody will send it to you. And I'm like, so, you know what I mean? So,
I mean, I found something for you. It should be hitting your email here in a little bit.
Did you buy me French fries?
I bought you French fries. No, I didn't buy you French fries.
Well, thank you. I'm like, it's just like, come on, man. You could come up with something. Listen, whatever it is, I'm always happy. Every so often, you know what I mean? I'm like, really? You did this? Or if you go out and you get me clothes that don't fit me, don't get me clothes. Because the problem is with getting me clothes, except like shirts you can do, but like pants or so. The size varies and everything, and then I get them and I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Oh, this looks neat, and then all of a sudden nothing fits, and then I feel like, oh, thank you for making me feel like Schlumpy Doolittle here, you know what I'm saying? And that oh man, that happened once. It was either my birthday or one of the holidays, and Danielle was so excited, just, chomping at the bit for me to open things up, and it was like a ton of clothes and like a lot of really nice looking shorts and what do you call it, and jeans and stuff, and I'm going, oh, wow, this is cool. And then I'm like, how many of these am I going to get to keep? Guess how many I got to keep?
How many?
Zero.
Oh.
Everything had to go back. And then I was just mad.
Well, that billboard was a one size fits all that they got you for Father's Day. That was really cool.
You liked that? That was a good one.
I loved that.
It's a good one. For once they did something good. I'm just kidding. No, that's good. And then what do you call it? You saw the Grindhouse billboards that were up?
Yes, that was awesome.
And then what do you call it? So soon, I just had to finish up a couple of things, but then New York City and LA are getting Grindhouse billboards. So is the Dirty Little Secrets Club. So, so we're gonna have some billboards too, and that's gonna be exciting. So anybody who anybody who sees any of the Dirty Little Secrets Club billboards, I'll let you guys know, and Dan will let you know when they're out. Or if you see any of the Grindhouse billboards, if you take a photo with that billboard and you tag us after you post it, we will give you thanks on the show. So that will be your
Yes.
winnings. And Dayna will say your names from her pretty little lips. There you go.
Yeah. And speaking of, I think maybe we should remind everybody that the first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is to tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
That's what I'm talking about. You got to tell everybody. This is not an exclusive club. I mean, it's exclusive, but you know, it's a club that everybody needs to be not excluded from. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
The exclusive, non-exclusive. I like it.
You saw the way I painted myself into the corner, but then I somehow tiptoed my way out of it. I don't know how I did. I might have like Spider-Hammed it all across the wall or something, but you know, it got get the hell out of Dodge real quick. But no, at the end of the day, guys, we appreciate you guys listening to us every single week. We appreciate you telling other people about the show. I know it might be your dirty little secret that you listen to the show, but trust me, other people will enjoy it. Listen, my wife was not thrilled that I was doing the show at the beginning. And then what did she do the other day when you and I were on while we were in Florida? She comes up to the door and she's looking into the door and waving. Remember I said, yes. Oh, she's looking at the door right now. So she was trying to tell me she was trying to see if we were on air yet, because otherwise she was going to give me something to talk about with you on air. And she goes, I don't know if this is going to be something. I don't know what she told me after. I didn't know if it was going to be something that you guys would talk about, but did you see the whole thing with and because it happened to be Tommy Lee and the naked picture? Yeah. And I'm like, no, I didn't see it. Yeah. His tripod. I mean, what do you call it? So Tommy Lee is, I don't know if you know this, Tommy Lee was my idol when I was a kid, and what do you call it? And growing up, I wanted to be, I loved the way he played. I loved the attitude. I loved everything. And what do you call it? That he was a person I modeled a lot of my drumming after, in terms of, stage show and stuff. But he was one of my favorites. And I'm friends with a lot of the people that I idolized when I was younger. Rod Morgenstein from Winger and the Dixie Dregs, Fred Curry from Cinderella, like different people that, that I looked up to. I'm friends with years later now because I'm in the position I'm in. Jimmy DeAnda from the Bullet Boys. So that being said, what do you call it? Tommy was we called him the Yeti or the unicorn because we people thought that we thought that we might be able to see him, but just like a mythical creature, you never do. You know what I mean? So what do you call it? So every time throughout the years, every time I was supposed to meet him or be in the same place or do an appearance with him, something happened and it didn't happen. So what do you call it? So it just became a joke and we started laughing about it. Like, every time like somebody's like, oh yeah, we're going to introduce you to Tommy Lee, or you're going to meet Tommy or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And we laugh about it. It's the Sasquatch. Sure. It's the Sasquatch over there. We ain't never seeing that guy. That's a myth. What do you call it? So I went and I was doing a signing, Longwinded Story, but it's a fun one. Longwinded Story. And I was doing a signing at a tattoo convention, and I would always be at the same location for multiple events throughout the year. And the head of security there, his name's Dallas, or it was, I don't know if he's still there. It's been a minute since COVID. So big black dude, real nice, and loved wrestling. So, we'd sit and talk and we got to know each other well. So he came in and what do you call it? He's like, yeah, it's going to be a crazy freaking day today. I'm watching over you and some of the others today. And then, at night, I've got a big rock star coming in that, that I've known for a while. Every time they're in, I always have detail and, I'm like, oh, who's coming in, like out of curiosity. And just, who's coming in, who's playing? He's like, well, Tommy Lee's. He's like, do you know who he is? Do you know who he is? So I start laughing. I'm like, yeah, I know who he is. So I told Dallas the whole story, that every single time it's like, no. He goes, I'm going to bring you up. He goes, don't leave. I'm going to bring you up and I'm going to introduce you to him. Okay, whatever.
He's not coming, pal. I hate to break it to you, but
I laughed at his face. I legit laughed at his face. So I called up Danielle. I'm like, I guess what just happened. So she's like, what? I'm like, so you know the unicorn? She goes, oh, Tommy Lee. I was like, yeah. It's like, so apparently he's supposed to be here today. I said that Dallas, she knew who Dallas was from conversations. Dallas is what do you call it, saying that he's going to bring me up to meet him. And I laughed in his face. She goes, yeah, it's not happening. I was like, no, it's not. So what do you call, so the day goes on And he comes by a couple of times. He looks at me, don't leave, make sure you don't leave. I'm like, okay, what? Sure, no problem. Laughing. So 5:00 rolls around, and the event was ending at about 5 because I believe it was a Sunday. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get my stuff together. I start to close down all my things, and I forgot at that point because I'm just not even thinking about it, knowing that nothing's gonna happen. So I walk away from my booth. I'm in the second aisle. Okay, I'm in the second aisle, and I go to see Guy, who's starting to break down his stuff. Now, Guy Brogna, what do you call it? He was the bass player for a big band called Scatterbrain and Ludacris back in the days. And he was also on the Grindhouse Radio for many years. He actually just left this past year, and he's still with us. He's just not doing the on-air stuff anymore. So that being said, I went to see him, and I was like, hey, I'm getting out of here, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, you see Dallas like running through the things. He stops. He sees me. He's got like 3 or 4 other guys. He goes, I told you not to leave. I'm like, what?
You're like, I'm still here. What are you talking about?
What did I do? So he goes, come on, right now. I was like, what? He goes, I'm bringing you up to meet Tommy. I'm like, yeah, okay. I was like, yeah, okay. He goes, they're waiting upstairs for you right now. I was like, okay. So I looked at Guy. I go, Guy, you want to go meet Tommy Lee? He's like, sure. I said, it's not going to happen, but we can go upstairs and entertain. So they escorted us, about 10 different guys, escorted us upstairs through the entire place. And we went up to the dressing room. So about an hour after we first got there, the door opens, and it's another guy who was, I guess, maybe a road agent or whatever. He's like, oh, guys, come in. So he came in, they introduced himself to us, and he's like, the guy's like, oh, I'm a big fan, blah, blah, blah to me. I was like, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I said, if you're such a big fan, why'd I sit out there for an hour? They're like, well, Tommy has his rituals before he goes on and yada, yada, yada. I was like, all right, cool. So then he's behind. Now he's where you are to me on the screen. He's behind the curtain, like the Grand Wizard of Oz. Okay. And I'm on the other side with Guy. And I'm sitting here going like, all right, well, he's still in there. He's doing something. I'm like,
is he making shadow puppets with his penis?
Pretty much. So so I'm like, all right, well, maybe this is going to happen. And sure enough, they opened up the thing and said, oh, come on in. And Tommy goes, oh, hey, man, heard a lot about you, blah, blah, blah. Dallas, was just filling me in on, and everything. And yeah. And he's like, yeah, I've heard of you. You wrestled, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, you heard of me? I said, oh, that's cool. But I, as he was saying that, I'm thinking, after I waited this long to meet him, how can I F with him really bad? So I turned, so I didn't say anything, but I shot like that wrestling look. I was like, you motherfucker. I said, I'm going to fucking kill. I'm just kidding with you.
Oh,
his face was like, oh, I'm like, I'm just fucking with you. I was like, it's an honor and privilege to meet you. We finally had the opportunity to sit and shake hands. And I told him the story. I was like, remember the time you were supposed to do this? He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, well, I was too. We were supposed to meet then, and this then, and this then. And it was hilarious because like all the things, there was like a music store appearance where what he was doing, and then I couldn't do it because I had my own appearance. So it was like a whole bunch of things. So finally we had the chance to sit and meet and take a couple of pictures. And then he invited us to come watch the show. We watched the show, and then, we went home. So I messaged Danielle. I go, I just met the unicorn. It actually happened. And she was like, that's amazing. And she was, she's like, are you serious though? Or are you just screwing with me? I'm like, no, I'm serious. I sent her the picture, and she started cracking up because she's like, all right, cool. That being said, I have a very special, place in my heart for Tommy Lee. So, and what do you call it? So, the fact that, and I know I'm taking up so much of the show, but it's okay.
He's got some big dick energy.
So, yeah. So the funny thing is so anything that happens with Tommy Lee, people for some reason, obviously because of the story and other things, they know that that Tommy Lee, is means something in the world of Brimstone. So what do you call it? So she said, how did you not see? I didn't see it. I have them on social. What do you call it? We have a lot of mutual friends on social.
That shit immediately. I was like, show me the
It's goods. Like a baby arm.
I want to see. That is a dick. Thing is.
And that could hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, I listen, all respect to Tommy, but like if you see a thing like that coming at you, I mean, you're going to be like, yay. Or you're going to be like, I don't know about that.
I'm going to be afraid that he's going to puncture my lung.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You know, like, I'm like, no, that's not good. Yeah. So his thing is of legend. I don't know how the hell. That's the thing is like, I wouldn't want my thing to be that big. You know.
Yeah.
Bigger,
it's
sure.
a
You know, but not that big.
That is, yeah. I mean, it's an infamous dick now. So
it's been since the whole Pamela Anderson thing. And then he wears those little freaking underwears on stage and stuff. I'm like, how do you keep it in there? See, I have the opposite. I have huge balls, you know, like my balls are just so like ginormous and it's hard. I gotta wear the big underwear. Otherwise, you know, like if I wasn't, you know, if I didn't have my gut, you know, if I wore those tiny little underwears, you know what I mean? They burst out because they're too big. They're too big, you know, like, so, but like, if you know, that's bottom heavy, you know, but you're front heavy with it, like, you know, what do? You know what I mean? Like, and you're wearing those tiny little things.
Yeah. You gotta make the call for yourself. But
know.
you know, your big balls, that's no secret. We all know about your big balls. We do have some dirty little secrets here that we need to share, though.
Yes,
you want to hit us with the first one?
See, I went too long. I'm sorry. You ready?
I am here to reel you in. Don't you worry.
We were talking about peepees. I mean, you know, it is what it is. But I had to give you the whole, you know, backstory. All right. So let's see. I met this guy on a dating app and we started seeing each other pretty regularly. When we started sleeping together, it was always at my house. And when I asked why I never got to go to his house, he told me he had a weird roommate. Turned out his weird roommates were his wife and kids. Dun, dun, dun. Once you have someone's phone number in your phone, Facebook shows them to you as potential friends. And he popped up with his profile picture of him and his wife. Womp, womp, womp. Now the question is, did you continue giving them the rides to the flu? You know what I mean?
I doubt that. Or at least I'm hoping not. I mean, she seems upset that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would see. Here's the thing. Now again, I don't believe in that whole thing, but you know, if you're gonna say, you know, if you're gonna do it, at least be honest about it. Don't lie, because then you're lying to two people, not just one. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't lie to especially the person who's going to get you in trouble.
And I bet it didn't even cross his mind probably that once your phone number is in somebody's phone, it will recommend you on TikTok. It will recommend you on Instagram. It will recommend you on Facebook because it's all linked. So if you put your phone number into any of those things, you are going to pop up as like someone you may know on Facebook. Didn't think that one through, did you, guy?
That's pretty crazy. Well, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. And so I want to know what happened. How could you not give us any more information on that? I need to know more.
That's
I need to know more. You know, like, what'd she do? Did she blow up his spot? Did she talk to him about it? Did he deny it? Like, you know, like,
did you tell the wife? Does the wife now know?
Did you show up with
the wife?
Did you show up with flowers and be like, hi, you know, like, oh, you must be his roommate, you know, like, I mean, what did you do? See, that's the thing. If you're going to do it, it's not right. But if you're going to do it, at least, you know, tell the truth. Be like, listen, this is my situation. You know what I mean? And you know, like, that's, if you're going to do it, you don't want to lie to everybody, because all that's going to do is get you in a hell of a lot of trouble. You know,
well, these people that are doing it are fucking arrogant. They think that they're not going to get caught. They think they're too smart to get caught by the wife or by the mistress, that's what's going on in their heads is, oh, look at how smart I am that I can have my cake and eat it too. I can have a woman on the side and my wife at home raising my kids. So it's funny to me whenever it comes out like, oh, you're not smarter than fucking Facebook, apparently.
Craziness, because now she's gonna, you know, it's just crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, I it's what it is. I have nothing else to say about that. I feel bad, but I need to know more. You know what I mean? I need to know how you handled it, and or if you ever did handle it, maybe you're still banging the guy. You know, who knows?
Yeah,
maybe
I hope
she
that
is.
you're not still banging the guy and Facebook told on you. Ha ha.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, that's her and him, though. That's not the wife. So the wife technically may not even know. You know what I'm saying?
She might not.
You know, maybe this woman was like, all right, you know, I'm going to keep it a secret because, you know, maybe she didn't feel like, you know, blowing up a spot. but I mean, again, like if you're gonna do that, here it's like, and I know a lot of people in the industry that do things externally. You know what I mean? I'm not saying who, I'm not, like that's none of my business, but at the end of the day, they're public figures. You can tell, you can look up on Google and know whether they're married or not.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, the only thing is you never know if somebody's separated, or maybe they haven't logged into their Facebook account in 10 years, or like I guess there could be other reasons. Unlikely though. It is more likely that he's just cheating on his wife, but just to give a dog a bone, it's possible that other stuff is going on behind the scenes that you are unaware of.
Yeah. They just get it together. I don't know. Listen, they're just getting, like, again. I'm just saying that, like some of these girls are throwing themselves at these guys, and and they're just having their way, but they know that they're married and they don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care.
But he should care. He has the opportunity to say, I'm keeping my dick in my pants.
Yes, I agree. I'm telling you, but I'm saying, but that some of these girls don't care. So we don't know if this girl actually cares. You see what I'm saying?
Well, if she's writing into us, I'm assuming that she was like, okay, that's fucked up, because she's calling him out, but not to him. She's calling him out on our show.
But why not? Yeah, but what? So that might be a secret. Maybe she didn't say anything to him.
Maybe she did handle it. She just didn't include it in the story.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, I'll go to the next one.
I don't know. It's I guess I want to know more. I want to know more. Like, like, tell me more. Why?
All right, mistress, you heard him. He wants to know more. You're not gonna like this one, I don't think.
Oh no.
I told my husband I was on birth control, even though I wasn't, because I wanted another baby. He still doesn't know that our daughter wasn't a fluke birth control accident. I don't feel bad because he loves her more than anything, and our family is now complete. Now I actually am back on birth control. She's 5 now.
Listen, I gotta tell you, I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
Why would you think I was mad at it?
Because
I love kids.
I figured that I forgot. You were the one that wanted kids, and Danielle was like, nope, we're done. I forgot about
I'm the one that wants more kids. I'd be happy. I'd be like, yeah, I got another one and another one. You get a kid. You get a kid. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought that you would take issue with she lied to her husband about being on birth control.
Well, she should have told him, and then, and again, it does come down to the thing where the communication should be there, and if it was a break situation, then it's a break situation, like if that's like like, hey, this is, it's either this way or the highway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a make or break type of a thing. Some people, they want more kids. Some people, they don't want more kids. So if you have one of each together and you can't find a common ground, then, I mean, what do? You know what I'm saying? You continue and everybody's miserable, or, so should she have lied to her husband about it? No. But to be completely honest, if you're on birth control and you miss one pill, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that could have caused an issue, or not an issue, could have caused, a pregnancy, and it is, that's that. So, he still got his rocks off regardless, and he wants to play. Listen, he wants to play, Raw War. So, like, that's it. If you're playing, for lack of a better word, Raw, and you're enjoying it, then, you're taking the risk of that happening, whether you're on birth control or not. So things happen.
That is true. I think, and although I am sure that he is obsessed with his daughter and that everything in this situation worked out well, which is great, it does make me wonder what other things you do to manipulate people, because it's a big
one.
You took choice away from somebody, which for a big life decision. I might want to look inside and think, why do I feel that I have that power to do so over somebody else? Because I don't think that's cool personally, but congratulations on your daughter.
Yeah. That's, what do you call it? It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
One
So,
big
all right.
happy family now.
There we go. There we go. All right. Shall we move to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. I faked COVID so many times to get out of things I just don't want to do. Okay. Just recently was dinner with my mother-in-law. She's one of those people that complains about service all the time and sends her food back. So I told her that I was exposed by a coworker and don't want to get her sick. The bonus is it makes me look considerate. LOL. Wow. Wow.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I mean, I don't use COVID as an excuse. I should probably start using COVID as an excuse, but it does make you look considerate. I cannot stand going to restaurants with people that complain all the time. Like, I'm one of those people that is overly nice to the wait staff
Yeah.
and overly nice to people and tips really well. And because I used to be a server, so I am not a picky eater. If I ask for, my steak to be medium rare and it comes out medium, I'm like, whatever, I'll eat it. I just am not a person that gets that picky with things
Yeah.
and cannot stand to be with people that are that picky about things. Now, within reason. If something comes out totally messed up, unedible, yeah, you should be able to send that back. But if you are nitpicky, please don't invite me to dinner.
There are people that'll like that. There are people that'll like that. And I've witnessed it firsthand plenty of times. And I'm usually very, very good. Because I know a lot of restaurants and I deal with a lot of restaurants and
Yeah.
and I know how everything works. And the wait staff, look, it also goes, on the other side, the wait staff should be a pleasure to deal with, and they should be nice and kind, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and not there's some people, what I really hate, I hate when you go to a restaurant that the tip is included, that you have to pay X amount and that's extra and that's for a tip. What do you call it? So they already they already know they have a tip, so they don't put in the work or the effort or care, and they treat you like garbage. That is not cool with me, and that's happened numerous times.
Yeah,
What do you
that's
call
not
it?
cool.
Or things don't come out right because, well, they don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there are other wait staff that are phenomenal. When I was in Orlando, I was visiting my friends at Hard Rock, and there was a great guy there. I'm going to give him a shout out. They call him Bull, and guy is like twice my size. Big dude, been working there for 30 years apparently.
Oh,
And
wow.
what a doll, man. The guy was a pleasure, and they wanted to give me their best, and they gave me their best. And what do you call it? What a pleasure. I dropped him a bill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, he deserves it. This guy is fantastic, and and he's sitting and busting his hump, and but the way we are also, mind you, like I help clean up the table. I make sure everything is ready to go, and you know what I mean. And this way they don't have to do that extra work. But be nice to me. You know what I mean? Be nice to me. And if I need something, please make sure to grab it. Make sure that my water is filled for me. And, and I will always make sure you're taken care of, and I will treat you with respect, So
Yeah. I went out to dinner with a couple of friends, Joe and I, and the guy that we were with was looking at the wine menu, and our waiter was fairly young. He was probably early 20s, and he points to a wine and he's like, "What about this one?" And the waiter looks at it and he's like, "Yeah, that's a good one." And he's like, "What is it called?" And the waiter was like, No, I know that one. I can't pronounce it, but I know that one." And so the waiter goes to get the bottle of wine, and the friend that we were with was like, "Ugh, he couldn't even pronounce that." I'm like, the wine list has 300 plus wines on it, and he's like 22 years old.
Right.
If I can't pronounce it, I do not expect him to be able to pronounce it. And what does it matter? Anyways, I was like, oh God, you're getting real weird about something that just doesn't matter.
And don't be a prick about it. That if they can't say it properly, you can actually say, it'd be like, actually, what do you call it? That's actually not the right way to say it, but let me teach you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this way you learn something, and you do it in a nice way.
He
You know what I
couldn't
mean?
pronounce it either. But the thing is, this particular restaurant
That's even worse.
I know. This particular restaurant had a sommelier So he didn't even need to know. It wasn't his job to know the wine list. It was the
Right.
sommelier's job to know the wine list.
There you go. And most people don't know what a sommelier is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, so you just said it now. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. What's a sommelier? Is that like a pate or something? Or did you something? It's like a
It's a
beanie.
wine expert. It's a wine expert.
I knew what it was. I'm just kidding. But
Yeah.
like a lot of people wouldn't know what that is.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
So listen, if you faked COVID for that, we're gonna give you a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
With that one. Because I wouldn't want to be out with that either. And anyways, all right. So you're next.
Yes. This one says the last 2 guys I've dated after my divorce have been nightmares. One, I learned after dating 3 months, was an ex-con for grand theft. And the other thought gay people should be arrested. I do not trust my first impression meter anymore. I think I'll just stick to my dogs.
Wow.
Are you in Texas? I'm just asking.
Wow.
Do you live in Texas
Ouch.
or Florida?
Ouch. Oh, my
God. It's one of those 2 states for sure.
Oh, that's craziness. Yeah, I can't. The ex-con thing, listen, I could let that go. Because at the end of the day, people, are young, people are desperate, they do things that they don't necessarily mean, or that they did out of desperation. So I can deal with that to a certain extent. Everybody deserves, not everybody, but most people deserve a second chance.
For sure.
And or if they're rehabilitated or, whatever it is. So the ex-con thing, I'm not too concerned about. However, somebody saying that, gay people should be arrested that's above and beyond ridiculousness.
That's a problem for me.
That's a big problem. Yeah. I don't think that is something you want to stick around. And, and who knows what kind of a person that person is outside of that. You know what I mean? That's just one thing. What happens, when things get worse. So yeah, or just move from where you are, run away. Or how are you meeting these people? Are you meeting them on dating apps? How are you meeting them? Maybe you should steer clear of however you're meeting these people.
Yes. Yeah. Make a different choice there. And I do agree with you for the ex-con thing. I mean, I have a friend who, whenever he was very young, he did a lot of drugs. He got busted for burglary. He did 5 in the pen. He got out and he's a great guy now. So I don't necessarily think that, past choices dictate who you're going to be in the future. In fact, they might actually make you clean up your act and be a better person going forward.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what your situation was with that particular guy, if he was still in, bad habits or not, but I do think that, people that have been to prison, I don't think they all come back out and are still bad people, or even that they were bad people to begin with. Circumstances happen sometimes. But I'm really upset about the guy that's talking about gay people being arrested. Fuck that guy.
That's just like a dick move,
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
What do you call it? That's just craziness. What do you call it? Who does that? You know what I mean? Like, I guess a lot of people nowadays.
Alpha males, that get out of here with that shit. And also people that love Jesus, shockingly hate a lot of people as well.
I'm staying out of this conversation.
Yeah. Dayna's trying to fight.
Dayna's about at that spot right now where we're on borderline being canceled, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna work that line with you, my love. But at the end of the day, I'm just gonna route you this way a little bit. Let's go this way.
Okay, not all people that love Jesus, okay, but there is a lot of people that say that they love God and their family that are sending me dick pics in my DMs and telling me that gay people suck. So
right, because it's all bullshit. You know what I mean? Like everybody wants to pretend or act like they're a certain way, but in all actuality, that is disgusting pigs like the rest of us. And
that's right.
And you're even worse. Not you. They are even worse because they're perpetrating a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being a full of shit. Be real about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why there's so many people that are out there now that are, are let's just say in positions of power or trying to be in power that, are against, all these rules and regulations that society has because it affects them personally. That's why they want them changed. That's why they don't want a Roe versus Wade, or they don't want, girls under 18 being illegal and stuff like that, because there are a lot of people that that's their dirty little secrets, and and they're not letting it out there publicly. And I'm not going to go any further because again, I don't want to start a riot. But
we have a last dirty little secret.
you see that Dayna and I are pretty much, arms together, jumping across the street together. What do they call that? Skipping across the street together. And so we stand united on that stuff. But we gotta be nice to a certain extent. There's just certain extent. But I went there with you. I did. See, I did. Just tried to pull it back a little bit. All right. So is this next one's me or you?
It's you.
It's me. I forgot who read. That's how old I am now. It's killing me. All right. So it says, I got wasted and had to pee and fell in poison ivy. Hold on, I gotta get my composure. I'm gonna snort. All right, ended up with it all over my nether region. Wife thought I had an STD and didn't believe me that poison ivy. I had to get a doctor's note. This is probably the best thing we ever got. Oh, poor penis. I got a real bad case of jock itch, man.
Oh my God, that had to have been really bad. Oh, the itchiness, the bumps. Oh, take an oatmeal bath. What do you got?
So funny, but so awful.
Oh my God.
Time. Yeah. No. My wife thought I got an STD.
And what does that say? That your wife thinks that you're out cheating when instead you're like, nah, I was just getting wasted and falling into poison ivy.
Oh my God. It's like, Jesus Christ.
That is so good.
That's that's a funny one. Listen, we've gotten some effed up things in the past, but this takes the cake. This was pretty funny. What else? Do you have anything to say about that?
This one's almost as good as that one. Or you know what? It might be better than the one. Remember when the dude was trying to pee into the sink from the toilet and then he slipped in his pee and gave himself a black eye?
Freaking this one I think is better. This one I think is better. You want to know why? Because the other one, all right, you got a black eye. All right, that's fine. That's one thing. But this one, he fell into poison ivy. That's the gift that keeps on giving right there. Yeah. That's you're in trouble for a while. The black eye is going to go away in a couple of days. The poison ivy, you're stuck with that for at least a week, right? I don't know. I've never
for a long time. I think what sells this one as number one, I think what really pulls this one ahead is that he had to get a doctor's note to prove that he didn't have an STD.
That is so freaking hilarious. Like, and the fact that she didn't believe him, what's going on in that relationship? Yeah. Like, I think we need to know a little bit more. Like, what's going on there, man?
There's
like,
some discovery that needs to happen here because you're not looking at the whole picture.
Oh my God. There's a little extra hair on that taco. I'm sorry. I don't know. It was a peep, not a taco. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, some people, they get worried about the smallest things. I mean, and It's if I don't know how it looked, maybe because it looked like a lot of bumps or something, and he
Yeah.
was itching. Maybe that's why and what's on his peep. Like, why
Yeah.
that? Yeah, that sounds like such an idiot story. Oh yeah, you fell in poison ivy, right?
Sure you did.
Sure you did. Sure you did. No, you were banging the preacher's daughter. That's what you were doing. Wait, oh wait, the preacher doesn't have a daughter. All right, well then whose daughter were you banging? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, what's going on with these people? I want to know more though. So write us in.
Good.
Write us in. And now and here, she should have been excited for it. She should have been like, you know what? You've got bumps all over your dick, and I'm here for it. Throw something on there, and I'm gonna get on you because you're ribbed for my pleasure. You know what I mean?
Oh hell no, that shit is contagious. She will have.
I said put something on it. I said where throw it. He still then rib. All right, well maybe.
No. Veto. We veto that decision.
No, steer clear of that. Poison ivy is that contagious?
It's contagious. Yeah. If you had poison ivy on your arm and I rubbed your arm with my arm, then I would get poison ivy on my arm.
Don't rub my arm if you have poison ivy, please.
Yes.
I don't want to experience that.
I don't either.
Thank you. I think we're in agreement then. No arm rubbing. If you have poison ivy. If you don't have poison ivy, you're welcome to rub.
How are we gonna link our arms and skip when we have poison ivy?
I know, right? So, certainly not easily. We're gonna have to use like garbage bags in between or something.
Long
like
sleeves, mittens. Yeah. Remember in that episode of Friends where Phoebe and it was Charlie Sheen, I think, was the guy that played the part. He had poison. I think it was poison ivy that they
poison
had
ivy or poison oak, one or the other. No, it wasn't. It was chicken pox.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, she got chicken pox, and then she gave him chicken pox because neither of them had chicken pox before.
You're right.
Yeah, so they had chicken pox, and then but it's the same. I mean, just as bad. Itching and but the poison ivy, I think, it hurts and is itchy, right? I don't know.
I've had poison ivy before.
Has it been bad?
It's just very itchy. Yeah, it's not fun to have. I mean, I was a kid the last time that I had it, but I used to run through the woods, all the time. I'd be rolling in poison ivy all the time.
I know somebody that had poison ivy on their peep.
Oh,
it actually could have been Alex. It might have been Alex. Whether I'm supposed to say that out loud or not, I don't know. But what do you call it? Because it was on hands. And then didn't realize and went to go to the bathroom and got it down on the junk. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I remember hearing that story. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Well, if it was his little secret, I'm sorry now.
Yeah, well, we don't know last names. Nobody knows who that is, so it's fine.
Who's the Brims engineer that he's on another show with and talks about all the time and is credited on all the stuff?
Now we know
there it
who
is.
He is.
We already know who he is, but anyways.
There it is.
Well, listen, guys, it's been real. You've been regular. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on the Dirty Little Secrets Club. Make sure you go rate, review, subscribe, hit us up on all the social media. And what do you think, Dayna? Any last words, or are they just going to see us next week?
They're going to see us next week.
Mwah! We love you. See you soon.
You think we want something from you, you got another thing coming.